Yes, what's happening, people? Welcome back. Welcome back. As you can see from the title, there are one or two things on the agenda for today. I will be getting into the whole stuff with the transcript coming out from the Man City game a little bit later. Yeah. But first, some news that does obviously relate to Liverpool today. Conte has been linked to Bayern Munich. Now, this one's interesting. There's a lot of people that are thinking, could it have something to do with the fact that Bayern Munich know they can't get Xabi Alonso? Does it mean they never wanted Xabi Alonso? Does it mean Xabi Alonso has rejected them? There could be a number of things. One thing I do find quite interesting, though, is that there's been a lot of pushback um, about this from what I've seen from some Bayern Munich fans. And generally speaking, there's been quite a lot of fans online that have saying that they don't necessarily think this is a good move. I just think football is just too weird at the moment, with the way everybody just has this recency bias beyond belief. Like there must be a better word to even describe it, but like people will really act like the last thing you did is literally who you are, and I find it strange. If Conte goes to Bayern Munich, forget about Liverpool wanting Xabi Alonso for a minute. It's a brilliant move from Bayern Munich after not winning the league and having Tuchel, like, I don't rate Tuchel anyway. I'm not going to start bashing Tuchel, but I don't rate him. Conte is a world class manager. It doesn't matter whether you like the way he plays or the style he plays or not. He's a world class manager and he gets the job done and he wins everywhere he goes. Tottenham is the only place he hasn't won. And because that was the last job he had, if he was going to act like he's rubbish now and he's not a good manager, it's ridiculous. Conte will win things at Bayern Munich, 100%. It will be a very good move for Bayern from Bayern Munich in terms of like getting back on track. And yeah, maybe they might not want to be as defensive. It's one of the problems they got with Tuchel as well, isn't it? But I still don't believe Conte just outright plays defensive football. I think he plays based on what the situation is. And at Bayern Munich, where he's going to be the dominant team for the majority of the time, I don't think he'll be playing like defensive football all the time. And then maybe in the Champions League when he needs to, depending on who's the opposition, he will be. Conte's a top manager. Everybody's just looking at it like because he didn't do well at Tottenham, he's rubbish. Everybody, just before he went to Tottenham, everybody was worried that he might pick Man United because he might bring Man United back. Now, all of a sudden, after a bad spell at Tottenham, he's not a good manager. I find it weird, man. But look, it isn't everybody. So big up to everyone who still believes Conte is a good manager. And we'll watch this space. We'll watch this space. Kane could be reunited with Conte again. I wonder how he feels about that. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So let me know, people, what you think about that situation with regards to Conte going to Bayern Munich. And do you think it has anything to do with Alonso, or do you think they always wanted Conte? I don't know. Top class manager without a club makes perfect sense, I guess, to be honest with you. Um, Plus, he probably wants to apply his trade in Germany. See how I'm going. He's been everywhere else, right? Well, not everywhere else, but you know what I mean. Like he's been to top clubs in other countries, so maybe he's thinking, let me try another country with a top team. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. Now, let me read you this transcript. Yeah, from the Doku situation. I know it was over a week ago, but it still irks me because when you're in a title race and you're playing your direct rivals and something like this happens, it's it's actually shocking. It's actually shocking. And yeah, maybe a week removed or whatever it is, week and a half removed. But I think it still bothers everybody because of the casual nature of the cheating, in my opinion. Cheating or incompetence, whichever one it is. Yeah, both are just as bad as each other, except for obviously cheating's got no morality in it. So here's the transcript. Referee, no, not for me, mate. VAR, checking possible penalty. Referee, I think the ball is in the middle and he just tries to play the ball, but there might be some contact. You're talking about Doku there, obviously. VAR. So there's a clear contact on the ball by Doku. There's a coming together. McAllister is coming in. He turns his body. The ball is high. They both come in high. I don't think there's enough evidence for a penalty. They both come in high. Assistant VAR. Are you happy? He definitely plays it. VAR. Yeah, he definitely touches it. McAllister then comes into his space. McAllister turns his back into him. It's a coming together. Yep, confirm. On-field decision. Check complete. Are you taking a fucking piss? McAllister comes into his space. It's a 50-50 challenge where both are going for the ball, which is what football literally is. He comes into his space. Did Basuma come into Curtis Jones's space? I can't remember who um, Romero fouled in that Chelsea game earlier on in the season. If anybody can remind me, it'll probably come to me later on. Um, but whoever it was who Romero fouled in that incident, did Romero, was the other guy coming into Romero's space? Like, what are you talking about? In both cases, with Romero and Curtis Jones, both of them got there first, both of them got the ball. But the momentum from their tackle took their foot over the ball. They then made contact with the player, and then that was deemed dangerous play or out of control, reckless, whichever one it was for either of the two. They come up with so many different names now, it's ridiculous. So in that case, nobody gave a flying fuck whether those two players got the ball or not. A penalty was given in the Romero game, and he was sent off, and a red card was given to Curtis Jones, and he was sent off. Both for what was deemed to have touched the ball first, but still endangered the player. Doku kung fu kicks McAllister in his rib cage, and they are trying to tell me that it doesn't matter because Doku got the ball first. Even though on numerous occasions we've been told getting the ball first absolutely means nothing. It's whether you're endangering another player. And the bit that really bothers me the most about this bullshit, propaganda, lie, incompetence, whatever you want to call it, both went in high. Both went in high. McAllister's feet are on the ground. How did McAllister go in high with his chest and his upper body being in the exact place it's supposed to be? Are you taking a piss out of our intelligence or what? Like the mental gymnastics that these guys are doing now to try and explain themselves is embarrassing. And to be honest with you, I'm actually more angry at them not just either saying nothing or accepting the mistake. Neither are going to change the fact that we didn't get a penalty that we should have been given. Neither are going to change the fact that we would have probably scored that penalty and we would have beat Man City and we will be clear at the top of the league. It's not going to change any of that. That's just what we've got to deal with, the same way we had to deal with the incompetency and the scandal of the Tottenham game, which meant that we'd have won probably 3 extra points as well in the season from that game, and so on and so forth. We've had 3 apologies officially, right? I think already this season. Like, let's not even go there. But the crazy part is they're insulting my intelligence and they're insulting all of you and all of our intelligence. And that's the part that bothers me the most. It's like somebody telling you this is blue when it's literally red. And they keep on saying it to the point where you're insulting my intelligence by trying to get me to believe you're dumbass, narcissistic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, way of trying to manipulate everybody here and act like you're always right and you don't really do anything wrong and we should all be just, it's, oh man. And I'm not gonna lie, I got to shout out ESPN because one thing they did do is that when they were talking about it, Craig Burley, I know he's a bit of a madman still, but he was, and I'm not gonna say they always talk good, but what he was saying is Howard Webb keeps on coming out and doing this show, and he keeps doing this show with Michael Owen. And let's be honest, Michael Owen isn't pushing back. Michael Owen is one of those very monotone, like calm kind of pundits. Whether you think he's good or not with what he says about football, forget it. I'm talking about like his personality. He is a very kind of cooperative type of person in terms of his personality. He's not somebody like a Roy Keane who will actually hear something and challenge it for the sake of, like, you know, wanting the truth, or like You know, he's not somebody who's afraid to have an argument. Michael Owen seems a lot more like he would avoid arguments. And there's nothing wrong with that, generally speaking. But in a circumstance like this, if every time Howard Webb comes out and talks, Michael Owen is just going to go along with what he's saying or just let him speak and not challenge him on it, what is the point in that even happening? Because all they're doing is just doubling down and they're just talking rubbish. And like I said, they're insulting our intelligence. This is actually ridiculous. It's actually a joke. And I can't believe it. The incompetence or the cheating is on such a level now. They're still trying to explain it like it's like we're too stupid to understand it. Both players went in high. Both players went in high. Yep, he definitely got the ball. Yep, he definitely touched. And do you want to know what's crazy? If they'd have taken longer than the 20 seconds that they took, I've seen them take 4 or 5 minutes on offsides and other decisions. They got that decision in 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, in the highest profile game in the Premier League this season, they got that decision in 20 seconds. They didn't even take long. They didn't deliberate of it. They didn't do any of that. No due diligence was done whatsoever, which is what allows me to truly believe it is cheating. It is corruption. They want to get Liverpool. And I don't care about crime or they do. Like nobody can tell me anything. Liverpool have literally been screwed on so many occasions. It's officially known we're the top of the list of who have had the wrong decision to get VAR. But regardless of whatever it may be, if they had have actually taken even another 30 seconds, you would assume McAllister actually gets the ball first. And that's what's even more infuriating about the bullshit lie of trying to say, well, it's okay because Doku got the ball first. He didn't get the ball first. He literally didn't get the ball first. It hit McAllister's chest, and then Doku hit the ball that came off of McAllister's chest, and then booted McAllister in his ribs. Now, was it the type of kick that would have broke a rib cage or whatever? I don't believe so. But that's besides the point. The force of the kick shouldn't matter. It was endangerment. It was a high kick. It's a free kick anywhere else on the pitch. It's a yellow card or a red card on anywhere else on the pitch. And rules are rules, right? Rules are rules. How comes they keep changing the rules whenever they feel like it, or they keep trying to look at one little interpretation of the rule, this or this or that? No, this is actually a joke. And I can't believe, I wouldn't be surprised if this is half the reason why Klopp's leaving, if I'm being completely honest with you. That might sound a bit dramatic, but I'll be honest with you. The way the press is, having to do 6, 7, 8 press conferences a week, 3 or 4 on game days and all the kind of things, which he's already said that he's sick and tired of doing. What he must see this stuff and think, I can't be asked of all this. It's hard enough going up against these juggernauts and these machines like Man City and these money powerhouses like Man United and Chelsea without having all of this corruption / incompetency going on with all of the referees that nobody's like where's the fair crack at this? Where's the, do you know what I mean? And even if you're not a Liverpool fan and you're watching this, unless you're a Man City fan who coincidentally never seem to have controversial decisions go against them and always have controversial decisions go for them, like the penalty they were given against Man United, for example, earlier in the season, when I've seen that happen 50 times since and nobody was given a penalty, but they were. I saw Dan's get dragged down in the penalty area. Worse than that, no penalty, but they got a penalty for that. So apart from Man City, who never seem to get any decisions given against them, and if you're a Man City fan and you're hearing this, cry more. I don't really care. You know in your heart that you never get screwed. Unless you're a Man City fan, you should be worried about this because it will come and get you. It will come and get you. So you can laugh at Liverpool and you can say that I'm crying and Liverpool fans are crying, but it will come and get you at one point. And when it comes and gets you, let's see how you feel. Arsenal fans, let's see how it feels if it comes and gets you in this next 10 games in the title running. Let's see how it feels. Because I'm telling you, if my team loses, I want them to lose fairly. And if they lose fairly, it is what it is. But to lose by cheating or incompetence beyond belief, that's too, nobody can swallow that. Nobody. So, yeah. All they did with that is just let me know that it's just even worse than what we thought, because they're just making this shit up as they go along. But there you have it, people. It's Drifty's news. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about both situations. And if you're a Bayern Munich fan, especially how you feel about Conte. And I will see you on the other side, people. Big up your damn selves. Road to 2K. Big up everyone who subscribed. Love you, man. Please, everyone, subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button and help me get to 2K as soon as possible, people. Big up your damn selves. And I'll catch you on the other side. Peace.